Hello everyone and welcome to a really simple little video. Today we're going to put my two main systems that I own head to head. Now here's my Retina MacBook Pro. This is a late 2013 model, 256GB of PCIe based flash storage. And this is my Mac Pro. This is an early 2008 model and it has a 256GB Samsung 830 SSD, I believe, which is connected to its built-in SATA 2 interface, which is obviously 3GB a second. Now, of course, these are very different storage mediums, but neither of them have a hard drive to boot up from, so that is a big factor. Your hard drive will take ages to boot from, whereas these sort of flash solutions are much quicker, as everyone knows. Now, in terms of raw computing power, if your computer boots up quicker, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to render a video quicker or, you know, do day-to-day tasks quicker. But what it does mean is, if your computer boots up nice and springy, nice and quickly, it means that you have a decent startup disk, or whatever you're starting up from is nice and speedy. So things like launching applications, copying, pasting files, all of that kind of thing becomes quicker. So your daily use of the system becomes really quick. Like this MacBook Pro, for instance. It's got 256GB of PCIe based flash storage, like I said. So any application that you launch, you click it and boom, it's there. Now that's pretty average boot up time. I mean, that's Google Chrome. It probably wasn't the best example to pick. But both of these machines have flash storage, but a very different type. So I'm curious to see which one is going to win. Now, I'm pretty sure which one's going to win, and I'm sure all of you guys watching, you pretty much know it's going to be this guy, because it's a faster interface, it's faster storage, and it's a newer machine. But it's still fun to put them head to head. Now, I'm not going to be using a timer or anything of that nature. I'm just going to be comparing these two machines, so I'm not that interested in the actual boot up and shutdown time. And also, I'm going to do the shutdown test first, because I need both of these systems on and powered up to use after the video. This guy to edit and this guy to take to work tonight. So we're going to start with the shutdown test. I get quite excited doing these. I did put my 17-inch 2011 MacBook Pro head-to-head with my Mac Pro, but I believe both systems had a hard drive installed then, so we've come up in the world quite a bit since then. And yeah, it's nice to have an SSD in my Mac Pro, and it's pretty much even nicer to have flash storage in here, because I know that I can move around my laptop when I'm out and about working on it, and I'm not degrading the life of a hard drive, which could potentially result in data loss. It's just a brilliant feeling. And also, as soon as you put it to sleep, you don't have to wait for it to sleep. You can just pick it up right away, put it in your bag. You don't have to wait for any discs to dismount or anything like that. Now, just getting on to the sort of nitty-gritty little important bits. When these boot up, no applications are set to launch on startup apart from Dropbox. I've cleared my usual list of applications that I have open, and the only slight difference is the Mac Pro does have hard drives to mount. It does have hard drives to spin up and mount, whereas the MacBook Pro is fully standalone. So yeah, but the Mac Pro is still booting from an SSD. So, without further ado, all the talking aside, let's queue up the shutdown dialog box on both systems, and let's see who wins on shutdown. Now, I will tell you when my Mac Pro shuts down, because I have a PC graphics card. You get no kind of indication, but I can hear it from the power supply click. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Both at exactly the same time. The keyboard and the display light went out as soon as my Mac Pro power supply clicked, and you know when it clicks, that's the machine fully shut down. So that was an identical speed of shutdown. But of course, shutdown times are impacted by lots of different things, and they can vary massively, but that was the same shutdown time, which was pretty impressive. So let's move on to the boot up screen. Now please be aware that the Mac Pro will not give us a boot up screen. It doesn't make any difference. We can just take it from when it reaches the desktop and loads everything. Doesn't have a boot up screen, like I said, because it has a PC graphics card. So let's start these two systems up. I'm leaning down to get the power button on the Mac Pro. 3, 2, 1, go. So Apple logo on here. Bong on the Mac Pro. Cursor, keyboard, done. Oh no. Let's see if I can log in. boom. As you can see, MacBook Pro pretty much storms it, but we knew it would with its PCIe based storage. Mac Pro, signal to the displays, and desktop. There it is. Still with that little snitch error that I need to sort out. But as you guys can see, considering there is a what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year difference between these two machines, and a huge difference in the storage interface that the boot up discs are attached to, it's still very impressive to see this guy start up in that much time. Because of course, I haven't done a fresh install in a good couple of years now. I can't remember if I fresh installed Mavericks, but I've got a feeling that the last fresh install I did on that SSD was Mountain Lion, and the rest have been sort of update installs. So I'm very impressed by that, and of course, both have, you know, 150 gigabytes or of data on them also, but it doesn't really make a difference these days. I'm very impressed with the Mac Pro, and of course very impressed with the MacBook Pro, but considering I splashed over $1,000 on this and it's pretty much a brand new machine, I expect it to start up like that. But pleased with the Mac Pro because it was my upgrade that allowed it to boot up in that kind of time. And as you guys can see, I don't have any startup and shutdown issues on my Mac Pro at all. It's cleared itself completely. So that is absolutely brilliant. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little comparison. This is the first of many. This is the simplest comparison that I can do. A boot up / shutdown race. Of course, I'll say it again because I'm bound to get comments. This does not show the speedier system. It is indeed just a bit of fun. We will get into more in-depth comparisons because, you know, a lot of people say, hey Tom, your MacBook Pro is quicker than your Mac Pro, why didn't you use it as your main machine, blah blah blah. So we'll do some comparisons and some benchmarks and whatnot later on, after I've used the MacBook Pro for a little more, just to get even more used to it. We'll do some more comparisons just to see what the actual answer is, because benchmarks aren't everything, and of course I love my desktop machines, as you guys know. But still, that is it for this video, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed, hope you're impressed by the shutdown and startup times of both machines, and of course, as always, I will see you in tomorrow's video. How well does my camera cope with fireworks?